Good evening and welcome to American Dreamers, the radio talk show that's dedicated to celebrating, supporting, and connecting small business right here on 55 KRC, the talk station. I'm Tom Tassett.
And I'm Sunho Donovan. And tonight we have with us Ken O'Day. He just opened up his business about a year ago down in Over the Rhine. The name of the business is called Place Workshop. And he does stuff that's, you know what, it's kind of hard to describe, but he's considered an architect engineer or a landscape architect or an urban engineer.
Landscape architect.
Landscape
urban
architect.
designer. Yes.
Urban designer.
There we
go.
Huh.
So I don't know. We'll find out what that really means. To me, it sounds like he plays with rocks and dirt. But
I plays, pencil and paper a lot.
there you go.
All right.
It is rocks and dirt.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah.
Speaking of interesting, I had an interesting discussion with just moments ago with one of the hosts of another weekend radio show.
Do tell.
Well, she said, hey, I listened to your show. I listen to it
Well, that was
quite
nice.
frequently. And she says, I don't get it. I don't understand what you're selling. So that's because we're not selling anything, I guess. I don't know.
Did you say that to this person?
No, I was dumbfounded at first. I couldn't tell if it was a helpful hint or if it was, I don't know. I think it was constructive criticism is what it was. But it left
So
me
perhaps
thinking, what are we doing wrong? And then I thought, nothing. We're doing it right because we're not a lot of the weekend shows. They're hosted by people that own businesses, and we own businesses, but we're not running the show to sell our product. We're here to sell
other people's stuff.
To help
Selling
them
Ken
and
today.
to support their business, to celebrate their business,
Right.
to connect their business. So now
That's right. Interlockingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there may be sort of I don't know. This is really my first time I've done a show on radio. You've done some other ones before.
Oh yeah.
But
sure.
to me, the idea that you get on air and talk about yourself and talk about your business and sell all your products like all the time, that's great. It's good for some people to do that.
Yeah.
I guess I just wouldn't. It wouldn't be interesting for me. I'm
Is
much
that
more
right?
interested in finding about other people and trying to see what's going to help them. And it's very exciting when we
Yeah.
get guests in the studio and they actually kind of get. It's not like a love connection, but they actually exchange really helpful information. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff you get when you go to a good business seminar or a meeting or a networking group. That's a great thing that can happen in one of those things. But doing it with us, you also get to, tell 8,000, 10,000 people out there, or maybe 4, I don't know, somewhere between there, 4 to 11,000 people, your story.
Right.
And hopefully it will inspire other people who are maybe just doing a job right now or in school or in between jobs or at home taking care of kids or taking care of other family people, and they haven't had time to pursue their own dreams, their own desires. And those people I think they really need to hear stories of other people going through challenges and continuing to push forth so that they can do that too. I mean, you never know what other businesses might come out of other people being inspired by Ken, who we have here today.
Yeah. Okay.
So there.
Well, you've cleared it up for me because I was confused for a while there.
So I have to inspire? I'm
Yeah.
going to do my best.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you bring your inspiring hat on, Ken? Anyway, I think that's valid. Some people may not realize that we're not here to sell ourselves.
Right. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, small business owners out there, and what's interesting is many of them are facing the same challenges, that the guy down the street is, but they don't know it.
Right.
They think they're the only one
It can
that
be
is.
isolating.
It's very, very isolating. It is.
Yeah.
So we just kind of want to show you that it's not just you.
you're not alone.
That's right. So,
You know how you feel.
but that was a good comment. I'm glad she said that.
Well, I'm glad she listened.
Yeah,
That
she
was
didn't have to
nice.
say it 2 minutes before showtime, though, because
See, now you told everybody who it was.
No, but there's lots
For
of people
anybody
out here in the
listening,
hallway.
you can now
There's-
light up the board and say, "Hey, I like that show. I like that lady," and
It might have even been a different
Stirs
radio. Anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what you got in the
anyways,
news? What you got in the
hey,
news?
Would you like to? Would you like to have $250,000?
Yeah, I think I've got that in the back seat of my car in change.
Oh, you're such a braggart.
Right. Sure, I
Um,
would. Who wouldn't?
$250,000 is going to get handed out
Yeah.
after January 2014
Yeah.
to 12 different small businesses. This
Oh.
is part of a Chase contest sponsored by Chase Bank. 12 small companies will receive the grant as part of a small business competition called the Main Street Grants Program. They will also win a 2-day trip to Google headquarters where they will learn some secret, ancient small business marketing workshop techniques.
Mhm.
Seven ways to kill a man in 14 seconds.
Yeah, is that
Something
right?
like that.
Okay.
No,
So
but
wait.
serious, 250,000. That is serious.
250,000 and a 2-day trip to Google.
2-day trip to Google headquarters. They're also going to get. It's not just money, but they will also get like special advertising from Google. They will have a premium sponsorship of the grant competition and access to a special social media toolkit.
Okay, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
How do you
so
do it?
if you are a small business, you have to have less than 100 employees. This is not for startups. You have to have been in business for at least 2 years. And there's also other eligibility requirements, but those are the biggies. If you want to find out more, and I'm sure you do, go to www.missionmainstreetgrants.com. You can also find it on our website tomorrow morning, americandreamers.biz. And I got this info from an article from one of my favorite websites for info, smallbiztrends.com.
Okay. Interesting. And there's 12?
12 of them. And the deadline is Halloween.
Ooh.
It just opened. I mean, this is a 1-month contest.
Yeah.
So get online, fill out the application,
So you
win the money, and then come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I would love for a Cincinnati company to win one of them. Or 2 of them.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Do is this, and I'm sorry, did you say this is the first time they're doing this, or is this an annual event?
I don't know.
Silence.
Do you know?
Silence. No, I don't know. That's why I asked you.
I don't know. I think it's new because the Mission Main Street Grants Program is, I think that's new.
All right. Well, very good. That's interesting. So check that out, and good luck. And if you win, come here and talk
on the
about it, right?
show. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Ken O'Day of Place Workshop. Should be an interesting discussion. You're listening to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. Welcome back to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. And
On the World Wide Web at www.americandreamers.biz.
that's americandreamers.biz, biz
Yes,
for
Tom.
business.
B-I-Z.
Now, I think I need to clarify. If you further explain.
Please. 'cause
This is
they're
like stuck in my head now. See who we are.
who we are.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah. We're not a business.
We're
I
not
guess
a-
we are.
we
We're
are
a radio
business.
show. We're a radio
we are
show.
A business. We
Yeah.
are American Dreamers
hmm
put together to do this show.
And I own an insurance agency, HTT,
Mm-hmm.
and I've owned other businesses over the years,
You've owned a
which
lot.
makes me a serial entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
And because I have that experience of owning several different businesses, and I own a business, HTT, and I'm part owner of American Dream. Not anymore, right?
You are
Oh, you're
not
the
one.
owner. I'm just
Yeah.
a flunky.
I had to fire you.
I sold that business for nothing. And so I talk to businesses all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a passion for small business.
Yeah, you would
Right?
talk to a ton of businesses.
I don't want
See the
them to
things that they
fail.
do.
I want them to do well. So
Mhm.
when we do this show,
Mhm.
it's to celebrate. I said this before, celebrate, support, connect small business in the hopes that something that we say will assist them, or at least let them know they're not alone.
Mhm.
Or what was you said, give them the vision, the courage.
Mhm.
May scare them straight. It may say,
Yeah, it's
they
not
may be
for
thinking,
everybody,
I'd like
that's
to
for
start into
sure.
business, and after listening to American Dreamers, I don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I don't
or
know.
at least to go into it with their eyes open a bit more and perhaps better armed for success.
All right.
Because the statistics are terrible.
They
for
are.
For people who put so much of themselves and so much of their money and their family at risk in order to pursue this dream. And it may be a great dream, but if you don't have the right plan, if you don't know how to do a financial projection or understand the market or figure out your customer, if you don't have some of these other things in place, all the work in the world, all the sweat and all the money that you have isn't going to be enough. You need other people. You need friends. You need help. You need other entrepreneurs who've made mistakes. You need to see what they've done. You need to learn from new, etc. And we want to help people get that. We're not
Yep.
selling anything. We're just
Speaking of small business owners,
helping.
we have one here today. It's Ken O'Day of Place Workshop. Ken, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Sorry you have to listen to our tirade.
Oh, no, it's been fun. Yeah.
He's sitting over there laughing at us.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm making sure I'm not laughing in the microphone. I'm turning my head.
There you go.
Like, I don't know. 2 minutes before the show, when somebody puts a hand grenade in your lap and says, "I don't get what you do," like, it just kind of gets you
Actually, I think it was helpful. I really do.
good.
It was constructive criticism.
And that's always good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So learn from it. Don't be bitter. And let's
I'm
talk to
not bitter.
Ken. Come on, let's talk to Ken.
All right, Ken.
Ken, what is
landscape architect.
Place Workshop?
Yeah.
What the heck is it?
Yeah, I know, and it's funny that you say that. That it's kind of a confusing, especially the term landscape architecture. Since I got my degree back in '98, it's been a kind of a thorn in my side. But landscape architecture is the design of exterior environments, and I think the term landscape sometimes confuses people because it's trees and it's flowers and it's bushes and things like that, but it's actually a whole lot more, and it's really everything between buildings. I mean, you've got the roads, you've got lights, you've got parks, you've got a lot of things that go into that experience you have going from place to place. So one of the, I think, best examples of landscape architecture here in town would be Fountain Square.
Mhm.
And it's a true place, and that's of course where we got our name, Place Workshop. And that's what we try to create is a destination between destinations. And like I said, there's a lot more to it than just landscape. And when you have landscape architecture, that's easy to get confused as you were.
Yeah.
Well, since you
Yeah.
brought it up, Fountain Square,
Yeah.
a few years ago, they took this beautiful fountain that was
Oh,
not
no.
quite in
Don't
the
get
middle
me
of the
started.
square, and they moved it to the middle of the square
Yes.
at a great expense. Was that one of your projects?
No, it
Oh,
wasn't.
good. All right.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
talk
Well,
about
what do you
putting
think
about
it
that
wasn't,
one?
no.
hot bird seat.
Well,
Well-
you work downtown. Your office is downtown.
Yes, it is.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I thought about it. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Mhm.
Actually, I think I understand the.
What did you think about
the
that
reason
move?
for it.
Was that
Well,
important to center it?
I do think, and trust me, there's a lot of opinions on this from all designers. But I spent a lot of time in Fountain Square before and after the renovation, and before it needed an uplift or
Yeah.
it needed some help just because it had aged.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the fountain is the focus of that
Right.
that place, and they moved it, and you really can't see it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're on the or in the plaza itself. And I think that was always a big draw to get people into that space, is seeing it from the street, because it used to be lined up with some of the traffic out there.
Yeah, Fifth Street.
And I think it's unfortunate, but wonderful materials down there. I mean, the amount of granite. I mean, they must have knocked down an entire mountain to build that. But it's beautiful. But like I said, I think it missed its mark a little bit. But it's always going to be the center of town, so it's a good place for the city to have, for sure.
All right.
So how does somebody grow up and say, that's what I want to do? I want to design all the stuff in between the places inside the buildings that people have to go.
Yeah. For me, I've always liked urban environments, and that's where, I kind of wear two hats of landscape architecture and urban designer. I've always been attracted to green or open spaces within cities. Green oasis, a place where everybody can meet, and it could be workers in a downtown office building. It can be the guy that's selling hot dogs on the corner. It's just a really good sense of community, and like that's I've always been interested in design. There was a time where I was going to get into architecture, but this just seemed a little bit more specialized, and so I kind of just fell in love with it like that, and it's been a passion ever since. So
cool.
Yeah.
So you went to school for it, and after you went to school, you worked for another local firm.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, here in town, here in Cincinnati, for about just under, I think it was like 13 years, and good learning experience. I learned a lot of things, a lot of positive things, and a lot of things. Well, I'm never going to do that again.
Those are really valuable too.
Yes, it is, and I think that was part of the reason I decided, this is as good a time as any to jump in and try something on my own. So,
where did that feeling come from, though?
Well, it was a little bit of if when am I going to do it? If I'm going to do it, it's got to be now. And I don't want to say it had to do with my age, and I'm not going to share that with you. But it was time to jump off the boat. So I went ahead and did it. So, but it's been a real positive experience so far. We've been in business for about a year and a half, and we've gotten a pretty good client base in that short amount of time. So things have gone well.
35.
35.
That's my guess.
Oh, 30. I appreciate that.
Oh.
No, I would say
we'll go with that.
All right.
He was with that other firm for like 13 years.
Yeah,
And
see,
he
don't do the math.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I can't do math, so
Right,
you're
right out of
safe.
college.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? So you left. So can I ask you? So when you're working for a firm,
Yes.
and you're doing work for them that you eventually are going to want to do for yourself under your own, shingle, do you tell that firm? Were you open and told that firm that you wanted to do that?
Yeah, how do you handle that transition from?
Yeah,
working for them to
I had a
yourself?
really good relationship with the folks at my previous office. So yeah, just up front and just said, this is something I've been wanting to do, and we left with a handshake, and
Yeah.
we keep in touch now. I mean, we're technically competitors, but we both have the same passions.
Yeah,
so,
friendly competitors,
right.
I bet.
Yes.
That's
how,
great.
How long did you think about it? How long did you sit there and think, wow, I really need to do this?
Well,
and then
to be honest with you, it was probably when I first started landscape architecture in
Is
college.
that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my.
Yeah. Now, and it just, I don't need to tell you guys. There's just certain things that you've got to get over. I have a paycheck, and that's not gonna be there anymore.
You have to get over
insurance, that's not there either. So there was
Yeah.
things like that, and the kids and the all that stuff. So things kind of lined up the right way. I had a lot of support from family, and yeah, just was the right time.
So you've been married for how long?
Going almost 20 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she was part of the decision
Yes.
then, and
Oh yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask how that went, or should I stay away from that?
Well,
or-
that's the reason it happened.
Really? Good
yeah,
for her.
Well, I mean, it's been it was long discussions, but yeah, if I didn't have support at home, it wouldn't have the decision wouldn't have worked. So,
Yeah, that is
yeah.
very important.
Oh yes, definitely. Is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
I know, isn't that sweet?
No, I mean
Yeah.
it is. It's like, it's hard to give up something that's like safe and secure for something that's really risky and unknown.
Oh,
but to have somebody willing to do that with you and that believes in
Right.
your ability and your vision, boy, that's
Well, and to be honest,
awesome.
she was a small business owner for 15
Aha.
years. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
I
So
was
I've got
just gonna ask that.
I've got a little ace in the hole there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She's
So
had
she's kind of like your consultant.
yes.
What
that's
was
right.
what was her business?
The mortgage lending business.
Oh, well, that's gone through some changes
Yes,
over
it
the years.
has.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty interesting. So, and I tell you what, it doesn't always go that way. It more times than not, the spouse of the person with the dream is dead set against it. Let's just put it that way. And so, kudos to both of you. That's really cool. We're going to take a break here. We're going to, when we come back, we'll talk more to Ken about some of the specific projects he's done and has in the works. One of these is pretty interesting, isn't it?
It involves some ups and downs.
Ups and downs, that's right. And a place up north. So, you are listening to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station.
This is your exclusive home for Sean Hannity.
Does this all sound familiar to you? Is this like Groundhog Day?
Tomorrow at 3:06 on 55 KRC, the talk station.
Welcome back to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station, and on the World Wide Web at americandreamers.biz. That's americandreamers.biz, biz for business. By the way, if you'd like to be part of the show tonight, you can give us a call at area code 513-749-5500, 749-5500. You can also reach us outside of the greater Cincinnati listening area by using this toll-free number, 1-800-823-TALK. That's 800-823-8255 or TALK, and pound 550 on your AT&T wireless device. Verizon, Sprint, you're out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Just use that 749-5500 number.
Okay, we want to take a quick moment here and thank our sponsor who pays the majority of the bills so that we can broadcast to you live and bring on great guests every Sunday. HTT Agency is an independent insurance agency serving the Cincinnati tri-state region. It is one of the largest independent insurance brokerages in town. They cover car insurance, home, business, some health, life, boat, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Not your fishing rods.
Yacht.
But
no, somebody stole my fishing rods.
Right. We don't. HTT does not cover fishing rods. But if you have other stuff, car, home, business, give HTT Agency a call. They will shop the best agents, the best company for you.
Actually, we do cover fishing rods. It's part of your household goods.
741-2100.
Yeah.
513-741-2100.
Yeah, and I would like to thank Motorist Insurance for helping HTT provide the programming here. However, it's not what we sell on this show. We're not selling anything.
We did not sell insurance on the show.
Now,
no.
here's a good example.
And that can be confusing for people.
It was brought to our attention. They were,
right.
Someone wasn't sure what the show was about. And it's about celebrating, supporting, and connecting small business, right?
Right.
How many times have we had guests here, a guest, someone like Ken, and maybe a consultant or a business professional, leave the studio, shaking hands, closing a business deal? It's happened quite frequently.
Yes.
So it benefited them.
Yeah.
Now, Ken, what are you paying to be on the show today?
Well, I got these headphones, but I don't think I get to keep them.
No, you don't. You don't. So nothing, right?
And you're not
Right.
even being
Right.
charged a rental on those.
So not selling nothing. We're just trying to help out small businesses and
no
help them
ShamWows
succeed.
here.
So there you go.
No, just support. We just want to help. Just want to help all of you out there.
Yeah. Why is that
Live
so
the
tough to...
live the American dream.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess a suspect if people are like, "What are you selling?" They can't figure it out. Then it's like, okay, what's your motivation then? Because I guess most people think the motivation is just pure profit. And yeah, we're capitalists. Tom and I are entrepreneurs. We
Yeah.
like making profit, but more than that, we like the community of entrepreneurs who want to do this thing that's so important to them. But the reason why they want to do it is not for their own ego or glory. It is to help other people, not just their own families and stuff. But, remember Dewey Warden from Door to Door Transportation who came up with this whole business model of providing van transportation for people who fall between the cracks and can't get to doctor's appointments because they're not fully disabled or they're not, fully aged citizens, etc. So
Right.
I don't know. Going off a little bit.
Okay.
Here.
Let's
off
get
on
back to
track.
Ken.
Sorry, Ken.
That's okay. Hey, this is
Remember
fun.
Ken over here?
Yeah, we'll bring him in the final part as well.
But
so
is that weird for
get your
you
time
that
back.
we're not trying to sell you insurance? Would you like us to try to sell you some insurance?
I'd love to listen. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Well, as soon as we're done with the show,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
on the way
Be
to the
down in the lobby.
elevator, you'll get the pitch. So
You're lucky it's not January, otherwise it'd be Girl Scout cookies.
yeah. So Ken, tell us a little bit more. Maybe help us out with some of the projects, some of the different projects that you've done, or maybe have in the works.
One of the, I guess, for this first year, one of the larger projects we got, it was actually a really nice get for us, was a new entry plaza for Cedar Point theme park up in Sandusky, Ohio.
All right.
It's
God, I love that place.
yeah.
I
It
used
was,
to go there. It was
it's funny.
good.
It was the first time I had actually visited. I'm a Kings Island kid,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a great park. And I don't know if you've been. Well, yeah, you have been there. It's actually surrounded by Lake Erie. It's a beautiful setting. But their main entry hadn't had a facelift since I think the 50s. So yeah, it was kind of in need of a facelift. So a brand new plaza and.
So when you say it's a get, what does that mean?
Well, it was a good project for a startup company like me, for like us to
Good peach.
to land. Yes.
And
feather
how
in
do
your
you
cap.
how do you do that? Is it like a bid kind of a deal, or is it someone that you know and then you go and interview?
There is
basically?
usually a competitive. Usually, a company will go after or ask for proposals from different companies, and so you're competing with people in the same field, and that's what this was. This being a private company, it's been a positive because once you get in, prove yourself, and they like you, more work comes your way, and that's what's happened with Cedar Fair. That's the parent company that owns Cedar Point. So now we're doing some work. Kings Island has a new ride coming out this next summer. We're working on that.
Are you allowed to talk about it, or is it a secret?
It is a secret.
Dang it.
Yes, I know.
Wait, so are you actually working on constructing the ride or the space?
Yeah, it's
the ride's
basically
gonna
the
be
space around it. And with Cedar Point, it was the entry plaza. So that was a really nice project. And we also worked on, at the same time, the new roller coaster that went along with that, which was the Gatekeeper. And we designed the entry sequence, the shade structures, the plantings, the pavings, seat structures, and all that stuff that goes around the entry of the ride. So that was pretty fun, actually, to work on.
Why are those details important?
Well, I think why I said this was a get. This was fun because as a landscape architect, like I mentioned, the whole point of what we do is to get people from place to place. And with a normal space, you'll have someone that'll come, maybe sit down for lunch, then go back to their office. In a theme park, you're directing hundreds and thousands of people, and they're going to 50 or 60 different destinations in one day. So directing them and making that sequence comfortable is the point. So it's been fun, and especially, like I said, we're doing some more work for them. So it's we're looking forward to it.
So you didn't just start your business and hang a shingle out and wait for the phone to ring, I guess, huh?
No. I've made quite a few contacts over the years that I've been in business here in Cincinnati, or been working as a landscape architect.
Yeah.
So really a lot of pounding the pavement, talking to a lot of folks in that that I've worked with over the years. But there's website, a lot of social media. Been doing a lot of mailers to strategic people that I think we have a good chance of teaming with on projects. But a lot of word of mouth. I mean, there's I know a lot of architects, and they talk about this new business, and so I've gotten some calls related to that too. So
Great.
yeah.
Now, I know that you had experience. You have an education that gears you to this. You've worked at other places that give you experience, and a paycheck that help you build up your strengths so that you can launch your own enterprise. And you have the killer ace in the hole of your wife, who is also an entrepreneur and in mortgage, so she's got a head for numbers. But was there any other things that you went through that you felt like really helped you as an entrepreneur? It might have made a difference in the success of your business so far?
Yeah, there was a program that Artworks in Over the Rhine offers called Springboard. And it was just, if I'm trying to remember now, I think it was a 6-week course, but it was basically a lot of people just like me in kind of a creative field that were looking to get into their own shop, their own business. And I tell you what was really helpful about that was actually just meeting. There was probably 12 folks in the class, meeting people that were just like me. I mean, it had all the same questions, all the same concerns, and they had a lot of great speakers come in that had already made the jump. And more than anything, I mean, there was some good information about business plans and things that you really got to worry about. I don't mean to make light of that.
No, right.
But it was just exciting you left there excited. Like, well, all these people are doing it.
Yeah.
I know I can do this. So it just a little bit of confidence boost, which was really nice.
Well, we were talking before, not to go off on a tangent, but anytime I go to a business conference or seminar or something like that, the information is good, but a lot of it I've heard. I've been in the insurance business for a long time, so a lot of it I've heard before. But what I enjoy more than anything is talking to the other people that are there, the other business owners, so I can relate to that feeling. It's really neat to talk to other people that are in the same boat as you, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So.
And some of the business ideas that these guys had, why didn't I think of that?
Right, right.
Do you have that patented? Maybe I can change my idea. No, but it was fun. Yeah.
Sometimes the closer you are to something, the more blurry it is. So for a young entrepreneur, a startup business, it's a good idea to bounce, some creative ideas off of other people that are in a completely non-related business, because you'd be surprised what you get back from them. It's pretty cool.
And we keep in touch, so it's a constant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
It's
made
constant.
friends,
Yes,
which is always nice.
Yes. Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. This is getting really, really kind of sappy.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Let's hold hands.
All right. So that first year or so, how long did it take before you had a client come in the door?
I actually had a client pretty soon.
Okay.
Probably within the first week or two.
Really?
It was a event center / winery down in Lexington, Kentucky, which was a fun project to work on as well.
Yeah.
So it came quick. Now, could use more than one.
Yeah.
So more did come in, but but it was nice. We didn't even have desks or computers set up.
Yeah.
So it was really one of the more exciting times I've had in the business.
So your office is located on 12th Street,
13th Street. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and Over the Rhine.
Over the Rhine, yes.
Now, did you select Over the Rhine in particular for any reason, or?
Yeah, I've always been kind of an urbanite. I like the city, and I think that was a good place to locate. We do a lot of work with architects, and that's kind of where a lot of them are located. So it's really ease of transportation for them and us to get together. And
it does sort of seem like there's a little creative marketing, design, branding nucleus down in Over the Rhine.
There's a lot of creative energy in Over the Rhine. It's neat to be a part of it. Yeah.
That's great.
How much space do you have there?
Just about 2,000 square feet.
Oh, do you?
Small. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty significant. Really.
Well, I guess it's It looks small now with all the drafting tables out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have other people working with you?
Yeah, we've got several interns and a couple of part-time employees. So, yeah.
Okay.
So what? We don't have too much time, but what do you think of the Washington Park?
I wish I would have been a part of it. Yeah, no, that is a fantastic place, and actually, it's 3 blocks from my office.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been, one of the great things about owning my own business now is I've actually been able to spend more time with my kids, believe it or not. Which some people, how do you do that? It's like, well,
Yeah.
I work at night a lot now when they're in sleep.
Yeah.
But they've actually come to my office a couple times after school, and we walk down to Washington Park, and it's just. You can't beat that. You just can't. Yeah,
that's nice.
they've got some of the best amenities down there, and they always have some good shows going on. Or
So, in terms of your profession, like outdoor space, what do you think the rest of that area might need as a next step?
over the Rhine area, I think it's made some good progress. I think right now you've got a lot of development along Vine and along Main Street, a lot of activity, and what I think and I think they're going to focus on it is connecting those two, because there's 3 blocks between them, north-south, of trying to kind of have some, and they've started to do that. 13th Street, actually, the street that my office is on, they're turning that into 2-way. Right now it's one-way
good.
west, so that's always a good to get a little bit more traffic through that street.
Good deal. Interesting conversation. We've been all over the place with this. We've been to Cedar Point, over the Rhine, Fountain Square, Lexington or Louisville? Lexington,
yes.
all over the place. So obviously your business gets around. Interesting conversation with Ken O'Day of Place Workshop. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station.
Sean Hannity.
Weekdays 3 till 6.
55 KRC, the talk station.
Welcome back to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station, and on the World Wide Web at americandreamers.biz. That's americandreamers.biz, biz for business. This is the radio talk show that's dedicated to celebrating, supporting, and connecting small business. And I'm Tom Tassett.
And I'm Sunho Donovan. And today we have Ken O'Day from Place Workshop. We brought him up from over the Rhine here tonight to talk about outdoor spaces, landscape architect. Ken, for people who'd like to talk to you about this, I guess are you really kind of like a consumer base, or is it mostly like a business to business?
Most of it's business to business. But yeah, we do private consultations too, residential projects. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Somebody wants to get in contact with you. What's the best way to do that?
Well, they can always get on our website, which is www.placeworkshop.com, and that's all one word.
Okay.
So they can see some of the projects that we worked on. And our phone number is 513-246-4146.
Give it one more time.
513-246-4146.
Okay. Ken, thanks very much.
I appreciate it. No, this has been fun.
Thanks so much
Yeah,
for coming
thank
on
you.
and listening to the tirade.
Tirade, yes.
Keep it going.
Just a little mini one, yeah.
You're just a little sensitive. I don't know. Maybe we should sell something on the show.
Yeah. How about vitamins?
Oh, God, don't start with that.
No, because I've been taking some and I really like them.
That's great. You can
yeah.
endorse them on something else.
Yes. All right. Well, this is the segment we usually talk about gizmos, technology for business, but sometimes we go with small business trends. What do you have for us today, Sunho?
Let's see. I want to talk to you
Me?
about business to business. That's why I asked Ken whether he does consumer
Okay.
accounts as well. But according to Small Business Trends, business to business startups have a 50% fail rate within the first year.
That's good news. Actually, it
That's
is because
terrible.
most business startups have it 80%. So you're saying that
Within
ones that
in the first year or the first 5
first
years?
5 years.
Yeah.
So you're
This is
saying
in
if
the
it's
first year.
business to business
Yes.
business,
Then
50%.
right. What
Okay.
that's telling us is that business owners are a very hard group to sell to.
Yes.
But one of the so we'll give you a couple of tips. I don't know if we can get a bunch of them.
Well,
in
let's
tonight,
go, and I'll
but
cut you off when you've talked too much. That's enough. No.
All
All
right.
right.
So here's one of the biggest reasons. It is making the buyer's decision too hard or making it too risky.
Okay.
So the idea is, if whatever you sell, if you can make it easier for your business customers to try, to buy, to wear, to test, make it less risky for them, because that's what they're going to be looking at, is not necessarily like, what am I going to benefit out of it, but how much is it costing me? As a business owner, the cost is going to be really first and foremost. So if you can take that risk out of it, which is what we're seeing with some of a lot of the apps and the programs that are cloud based, like almost all the accounting software now. It has a cloud-based format or a free trial format so that people can download it, plug their stuff in, and see if they like it. It's a way for them to test drive it without spending hundreds of dollars. You remember when
So-
they first came out with accounting software?
Yeah.
It was like $400
uh-huh.
for stuff that just kept track of your checks.
Right.
So
Yeah.
freeware, free trials, or just making it
Money back guarantees.
money back guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a good way of reducing the risk that somebody might take trying your stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you don't have a product, then you could do the same thing with your service.
Right.
You know, just package it down into an amount that's livable for you, but also less risky for your business customer.
Okay. I got that one. What's give us another one.
You want another one?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Another one is having an unclear value proposition.
I'm not
And
sure I'm
that's-
clear about that.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What does she mean by that?
Well,
That's
don't-
what it is. It's confusing. If
Yeah.
people don't know what benefit you bring to their business and they can't figure that out quickly,
Mhm.
they're not going to buy from you. They're just going to move on.
So how do you have a clear value proposition? I think what you need to do is you need to be sure of it yourself. I think a lot of people, a lot of startups especially, what is it that you do? They have a hard time explaining it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you better have a pretty good, clear idea what you're doing.
Right.
I hear
Identification.
music. You know what that means?
I hear music too.
It's time for you to end the show.
So, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Ken O'Day from Place Workshop. It's not easy to be an entrepreneur. It's really hard. Even if you have a great idea and passion, it's a long haul. But if you have the determination and courage to start your own business, we want to help you. Listen to American Dreamers at 9 p.m. every Sunday here on 55 KRC, the talk station. I'm Sunho Donovan.
And I'm Tom Tassett, and we encourage you to go out and be an American dreamer.